how standardized testing is taking over the basis of intelligence. Testing nowadays is a big part of each and everyone's lives, especially in the school system. SAT, ACT, plus all the other tests throughout elementary, middle, and high school have become a large focus of the school year. There's many issues that come along with this. Testing has too much determination on a student's life success. In the Britannica, it states, the tests do not evaluate creativity, problem solving, critical thinking, artistic ability, or any other knowledge areas that can be judged by a score sheet of bubbles filled in with a pencil. That basically is saying that testing is unfair use of information that doesn't tell how good people are at certain skills. Also, on the Britannica, it quotes another author saying, it seems likely that the kinds of habits high school grades capture are more relevant for success in college than a score from a single test. I very much agree with that. In the real world, it is more about consistent behavior of students rather than studying for one big thing. GPA gives a much better determination of how committed a student may be, along with the honors and AP system. It should be more about your resume than how well you test on a score. Many colleges won't accept you without certain tests. The second problem is certain people just don't really test as well as others. On the Britannica, it states, standardized test scores are easily influenced by outside factors, stress, hunger, tiredness, and prior teacher or parent comments about the difficulty of the last test, among other factors. In short, these tests only show which students are best at preparing and taking tests, not what knowledge students might exhibit if their stomachs were empty or if they had a good night's sleep. Testing just has multiple factors. I speak from experience because I've taken these tests, and there's just some days that I wake up and it's not really my day. Like, I don't know, I feel like there is multiple factors involved with it. Now we're going to move on to solutions. Relying on students based on their successes and strength instead of a test score is one of the solutions. Surveys show that it could be a good option. It allows students to talk about their strengths and weaknesses in an emotional standpoint. This would really only work if they took it seriously, though, because some students will just mess around and put fake answers. Schools and colleges could look at these surveys to know how students think emotionally and help them find the right placement. Another idea on the University of People states, multiple measures is a way of using multiple forms of data to track, gauge, and better understand how a student is performing. Basically, that is saying that a better range of a student's success is instead of a heavy reliance on the standardized testing. Trying new ways to expose students in a way that works to their capability is the second is the second solution. I did some research for some ideas of a solution. I came across one at the University of the People that suggests doing portfolios as an alternative, which basically is saying that students would say things about themselves that are maybe their strengths and showing areas of their life that they are good at solving problems, that they are good at doing certain things, and those areas of their life are really the things that they need to succeed. So I guess creating a portfolio of what they're good at rather than what they're not good at would maybe be helpful. Another possible solution was if they were to bump it down to low stakes testing. This would be basically that students would take more like multiple tests throughout the year rather than just two big tests or one ACT. Like, it gives you more opportunity and less stakes to talk about to teach students and give them more opportunities on when they're testing. And now I'm going to talk about the future. The use of AI will most likely be a part of the future in determining the ideas. On Pepper VA, it offered that AI has the potential to revolutionize test design by creating more adaptive and fair assessments. It is possible that they could come up with more student adaptive testing or other ideas that the school system could use. AI is very non-basis and straightforward. It really just uses facts and data to determine what's the best solution, and that could be a good future to rely on. It really is just unknown where things will go, but hopefully they will choose what's best for the students, not what's best for the government and the school district system, not what's easiest. Like I say in the first claim, AI has a lot of possibilities to change the unknown and become a part of testing in the future, and many people also have opinions about standardized testing, and I know most students hate it from experience. I think that it will be decided once someone with a lot of power decides to just change the way that it goes and comes up with their own ideas. And there is always a possibility that it will continue on the way that it is. Now I want to put things together and conclude. Thank you for listening to this speech. It really is just time to realize that testing may not be the best way to do things. I want the audience to, if they have any influence, to be outspoken about things that they believe in, and I want them to think about if standardized testing is good or bad. And that's all. Thank you for listening.